Oh man, y'all, you can't make this up. All right, y'all, Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank y'all for rocking with me. But now it's time to talk hip hop. New school hip hop versus old school legendary hip hop, right? So, current artist 21 Savage, he basically was on Clubhouse and he said that Nas is not relevant today. He's not. He not relevant. That's how he said it. He not relevant. He not relevant. He just got a loyal ass fan base. And he still make good ass music, right? So the end part of that statement is good. Okay, he got a loyal fan base. He still make good ass music. But the way he said Nas is not relevant, he not relevant. It sounded like a slight, like like downplaying Nas in a way, right? And so he got everybody in an uproar. Everybody started feeling a certain type of way about it, for sure, including Nas's brother Jungle. Jungle said, "Hold on, 21, can you do something for me?" Right? Everybody know that. People saying that the way Drake said it was super, super feminine, and they clowning Drake for saying it, but because that was Drake's bar. But Nas's brother Jungle is throwing that back at 21 Savage to say, man, hold on, fam, get up out of here with that mess that you making, talking about my brother is not relevant to today's time, right? And so after the backlash, 21 Savage came out and said, I would never disrespect Nas or any legend who paved the way for me. Y'all be trying to take stuff and run with it. Now listen, ain't no just taking stuff and run with it. Like I hear what you saying. You saying, okay, you said he made good ass music and all of that, but the way you said he not relevant, he is not relevant. Like it sounded like you was trying to throw a slight for real. Like you was really trying to downplay him. And that's not cool, right? Let me just say this. Having a loyal fan base and still making good music makes you relevant, sir. For real. I like some of 21 Savage's music, for sure. I really do. Not all of it. I ain't feeling all of it, but I like some of his music. But we gonna have to see if he's gonna have a loyal fan base that still supports him strongly the way Nas's fan base does when he reaches the age of 40. That shall be seen, right? But nonetheless, man, like I think people the younger generation, they relate relevancy to how much radio spins you get. How many radio spins are you getting? How popular are you amongst the younger crowd, the younger generation? That's what they determine that's what they say is relevancy. That's what they think is relevant. If you get a whole lot of radio play, and if the younger generation is rocking with you, I can oppose that statement with one artist, Jay-Z, Jigga, Hove, right? A lot of people look at Jay as this iconic godlike figure, hence the name Hove. He gave himself the name Hove, but everybody else still calls him that, right? Whenever he makes a song or whenever he got a verse coming out on some album or something, everybody is highly anticipating his verse. Everybody talking about it. Everybody can't wait to hear what Jigga gonna say on this song that they heard he's gonna be on with these other featured artists. Everybody is even saying, man, Jigga gonna outshine all of them dudes on them tracks, right? Jay don't get the radio play that he used to get. He don't get the same radio play he was getting when Big Pimpin' came out, when Izzo came out. He don't get that same radio play. He don't get that no more, right? The younger generation, my generation, not my generation. I'm 29 years old. My sister's generation, my sister 22 years old. Her generation, they don't even know Jay's discography. They don't know none. They really don't even know that Jigga is this phenomenal lyricist for real, because they can't name you any of his songs. Yet and still, Jay is still relevant because like I said, people still clamor for his verses. They still are wondering what he's going to say on this track, what he's going to say on this one. Even at 50 years old, people still listening closely to hear like, damn, this dude really out here, really still, he going crazy. This man is really out here spitting some real genius type shit. right? And he don't get them radio spins that Future get, that I don't know, that 21 Savage get, that Drake get. He don't get them same type of spins for real on certain songs that he put on his albums and all of that. He don't. But at the same time, the man is still relevant because people is all like, he had a verse just recently dropped. Everybody still was clamoring about it and is still raving about it. And they still talking about it to this day. So even though the younger generation ain't like glued to Jigga's hip, he's still relevant. So we got to stop equating relevancy to how many radio spins you get and how popular you are with the younger generation. Also, if we gonna talk about relevancy, Nas recently had he won a Grammy like a year or two ago for his album. So he's definitely relevant to a nice crew of people, despite what 21 Savage is saying. In my opinion, man, legends are always relevant, especially an artist who's capable of creating music that people still are enamored with. He not making music and only 10 people listening to his song. No, listening to the album. Like, for real, I kid y'all not. When King's Disease first dropped, it's dudes at my job, 35 plus, waiting to hear that album. When they came back to work the next day, we all sitting around talking about the album, huddled up. And I'm the young guy in the crew. I'm 29. Them dudes is all 35, 36 plus, right? 35 plus. I'm 29. I feel it. At the time, I was like, I was 27 at the time, right? I was still listening to it because I grew up around listening to the music my uncles listened to, my cousin them listened to. So I'm an exception to that rule because I am a hip hop connoisseur. So I'm different. But like I said before, you had dudes that's 35 plus still waiting around, like sitting around a campfire talking about that album. So he still is relevant for sure. He make music, people want to hear it. People got their ear to the streets. Damn, I want to hear what Nas coming. That new King's Disease dropping. Let's see what he talking about. Nas even had younger artists on the album. For real. And I mean, obviously, Nas ears to the streets, and I'm sure Nas be listening to 21 Savage. Matter of fact, when 21 Savage came back and tried to backtrack off everything, he said Nas really do rock with him. Nas rock with his music, and I can believe it because Nas even rock with Lil Durk. He said he listened to Durk heavy. Chicago's Own, right? And even had Durk on his album. So I know, Nas really rock with the younger generation. So it seems fishy and odd if you say you and Nas really have a lot of conversations and all of that, to really trying to slight him and say he not relevant. He not relevant. The way he was saying it, that ain't really no good look, bro, right? Furthermore, let me say this. I love hip-hop music so much with my heart and soul. This is really my first love. Outside of basketball, hip-hop music was my first love. Hence, you can see the great Andre 3000 on this picture, of course, with the Mr. Clean bottle. That is homage to the song So Fresh, So Clean. You know what I'm saying? He's Mr. Clean in this picture, right? Shout out to my little sister for giving me that painting. She know how much I love. Outkast is my favorite hip-hop group of all time, without question, right? But nonetheless, right? I love hip-hop music for sure, but hip-hop is the only genre of music that contains artists who will go out of their way to put down or slight their own legends on a consistent basis. Hip-hop the only genre who has artists that go out of their way to try to slight the legendary artists in their own genre. Which makes hip-hop, people ain't gonna respect the genre if all the young dudes like, man, fuck all them old ass dudes, ooh, they ain't on nothing, them boys ain't relevant, they ain't moving the needle, they ain't moving the dial, them old ass dudes ain't making no noise, F them. And 21 Savage didn't say F him or whatever. He didn't call him old ass, but he basically said he not relevant. And the way he said it, in the tone, the way it came across with how he said it was like, bruh, that's distasteful in a way because you slighting a brother, right? And again, hip hop is the only genre I see do this on a consistent basis, and it's disappointing for sure. It is disappointing, man. These legends, and I'm not trying to be this cliche, like acting like I'm just this supreme old head hip hop connoisseur, because I do listen to Nas. I did grow up listening to Nas, Jadakiss. I grew up listening to the Beans. I grew up listening to Jigga. I grew up listening to Fifth. I grew up listening to Tip, to all these different Outcasts, so on and so forth. But I still listen to the newer the music that's coming out now. I love that music, right? But it's just, man, you got to recognize these legends are people who paved the way for people like 21 Savage to be in position to make mega $1 million from this beautiful art form. When Nas and them started, man, hip-hop was in its early infant stage. Well, I would say LL Cool J. Hip-hop was in the infant stages. And it went from LL Cool J to Nas. And hip-hop was bubbling on the scene. And then Nas, they were making a little bit of change. And then they made the music genre so popular for the world to be captivated by. At some point, man, the consumer base grew economically, like it grew astronomically. And them brothers had to get paid a lot. They had to get compensated properly because hip hop became so popular, and it was just like at the forefront of everybody's at the forefront of everybody's brain. Everybody was clamoring for hip hop music. And it's because of guys like Nas. So it's disrespectful and disappointing to have guys like 21 Savage get into a position of prominence that they were like catapulted into with the help of guys like Nas, and then they come around and call the legends like Nas irrelevant or washed up and stuff like that. It's disappointing to hear stuff like that, man. Like I said, no other genre of music does this more than the hip hop genre. Maroon 5, Taylor Swift, they never gonna come out and say Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, or the Beatles are irrelevant. You never gonna hear them say that. So why do artists within the hip hop genre do that to their legendary figures without any pushback? Like, why does that occur? You know? And again, I think people equate relevancy to radio play. But man, in this era, y'all, where social media is around, it's really not that hard to get radio spins. All you gotta really do is have a catchy song on TikTok. Let your little sister, your little cousin, your daughter, your son, your little brother and them keep playing it out. Eventually the radio is gonna be forced to play those songs, even if it ain't really a good song. It's just catchy on TikTok. People will play it and give it spins, because of like one or two lines in a song. Maybe 3-4 lines in a song. People to give it radio play because it's so popular on TikTok. A lot of the songs now that are considered really watered down basic songs, they really got their start and kick-started on TikTok. And then they get catapulted to the radio play. With these radios, like radio stations and DJs like Funk Flex, they play it because that's what the younger generation want to hear, and it's deemed as hot, right? Even if that artist isn't talented at all, like old girl Ice Spice from New York. You had Flex coming out here talking about, oh, she the hottest artist in New York. She hottest rap artist in New York. And I'm like, fam, look how she rapping. You thought I was feeling you? Like what did I do? Like what did I do? Like, oh, what the fam? Hell the fuck no. Like, bro, I'm not one of these back in my day dudes because I'm only 29. But that shit ass, that's trash, bro. Like, she fine as hell. That's why she getting radio play, because she fine. She looked good. Then I'm telling you, the girl looked like a bacon and egg sandwich. She looked good. That's what Bernie Mac say. Looked like a bacon and egg sandwich. She looked like a McGriddle. She looked good all the way around. You feel me? But the fact of the matter is, that music is terrible. It don't sound like nothing. It sounds generic and basic all the way around. She don't got no stage presence or nothing when she perform at all. But again, it's getting radio spins because of social media, right? And so you can't relevancy, like, I hate, because somebody would argue that Ice Spice is more relevant than Nas, which is the furthest thing from the truth. That shit ain't, man. I mean, well, I guess the younger generation know her, but like, ain't nobody going and paying mega, ain't nobody selling, Ice Spice ain't selling out no damn concerts. Ain't nobody going to see her because she's solely on the bill, unless you just a thirsty dude trying to holler, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. So knock it off with that, man. But social media has helped many great artists find their way. And then it also has hurt music a little bit by dictating what's hot relevant, what's hot/relevant or not. You know what I mean? But this is the thing. Nas might not be relevant to 15 to 25-year-olds or 27-year-old crowds because and that's because the subject matter is very mature, as it always been, right? But like I said, at work, them 35-year-old men, the way they was clamoring around like water cooler talk, ready to talk about that album, it's like 8 or 9 of them. They was all at work, they was so excited for the album to drop, including me. I wanted to hear what Nas was talking about. Because, you know, I call myself Chicago's own Nasir Jones for many reasons, more than one. You feel me? We ain't going to elaborate on that, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know, shout out to Nasir Jones. That was my idol in a whole lot of ways for a lot of reasons. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, my point is this, man. Even though Nas may not be popular amongst 15 to 25-year-old crowds, Nas is relevant to his fan base. He's relevant to his fan base, just like 21 Savage is relevant to his fan base. So stop all this trying to slight or downplay legendary figures because that makes the genre look crazy. It makes it look crazy at times, man. And you know, especially if what the person is saying has no real purpose or substance behind it. Now y'all see me get on Eminem's case, I get on his head because people act like they overrate him so much and act like he is just a god. And I know I told y'all, like, they got to cut that shit out. Like, that shit is just, no, he not. Eminem, a lot of that tavern music that Eminem make don't get played in the hood, in the ghettos of America. And people be like, why does that even matter? It matters because hip-hop started in the gutters, in the ghettos of America. That's where hip-hop was cultivated from. Black folks will lie and tell y'all they listen to Eminem all up and down. Oh, we love Eminem. Can't name 7 songs outside of My Name Is, Cleaning Out My Closet, Lose Yourself, goddamn, Patiently Waiting with 50 Cent, and what's the other song? Forgot About Dre. Other than that, they can't do it. But this ain't about Eminem. Nas is a legend. Stop disrespecting the legends, young hip-hop artists. Peace.